Hi, this is Trinesha Cottrell, and today I wanted to talk about with or without. And so, by the title, some of y'all are probably like, oh, okay, I know what this is about. But listen, you may think that you know, but you don't know until you know. And so, what made me want to do a video called With or Without is because I've been thinking about the choices that I'm making in my life and the things that I have in my life and some of the attitudes that I've been having lately. And I haven't been like in a really bad attitude all day. It'll be like a moment and I'll just be like, you know, like I really wish I had this right now. I really wish I could do this right now. And I'm a person who struggles with patience. And so God is like, you need to just be waiting. You need to be patient. And I'm like, God, this is really a true test of my faith because that's the thing that I struggle with the most. Like when God is like, okay, wait 3 or 4 months, wait a year, wait this, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want it right now. And God's like, listen, do you want it prematurely? And I'm like, no. He's like, then you have to wait. And I'm like, but I don't want to wait. I'm just like really like that little 2-year old throwing a temper tantrum or, whatever else. And God's like, listen, get it together. And I'm like, you're right. I definitely need to get it together because I'm way too blessed to be acting like this, you know. And it's just too funny. I'm gonna try to do my nails while I'm on camera because I do have to be somewhere. I know I always have to say that every video, but I really do have like I try to do everything at once. So I'm trying to make sure that I have enough time to get everything done. Hopefully you can't hear this too loudly. Hopefully it'll just be I have to do this because for people that know, when you are doing your nails, you have to buff it so that it stays. You see, like 3 of my nails don't have polish because they chipped, and I don't want to walk around with chipped nails. And I know that sounds like a little bougie or whatever else, but listen, it's better to have no polish than to have chipped nails any day. That's just a little pro tip. And I only say that because it just looks like this doesn't really take that long. It does. It takes a while, but it doesn't take a long, long time. And so every time I do it, I'm just like, okay, all right, the base coat is there. I just have to let this set for a little bit. So I'll talk while that's happening and then do the rest of it. And I have to do some other stuff as well, but that shouldn't take too long. And so, so as I was thinking about the things that I do and don't have in my life and the things that I aspire to have, God's like, I'm not saying that you won't have those things. I'm just saying that you won't have them right now. And if you're like me and you struggle with patience, I'm like, okay, I have all these tips and tricks. I have all of these things that, I've learned that I need to be doing in the season while I'm waiting for other opportunities for my business, while I'm waiting for the kingdom spouse, whatever else it is that I aspire to have in my life. It's like God has like really placed on my soul the things that I need to be doing. I need to be joyfully, graciously serving, in this season. And I try to do that anytime that I can, like when I'm doing these videos, I'm serving. Whenever I'm somewhere else and someone needs help with something, I'm trying to make sure that I'm helping them if I can. If there's someone in my family that's going through something or they need something, I try to make sure that I'm always doing something for them because I don't want to just be Christian. I don't want to just be saying I'm Christian. I want to be Christian. I want to have that type of relationship with God. I really want to act Christ like. I don't want to just pretend to be like, I don't want to say some cute cliches or quotes that I've heard or scriptures from the Bible. I want to really be about that God life. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to my life and the things that I'm doing, sometimes, I'm not perfect. I do the wrong thing. And like when I'm in this waiting season and I have a moment, like just to pause or something, which is why I feel like I stay so busy because it helps me avoid the waiting stage. It's like as long as my schedule is full with a bunch of stuff, I don't have time to think about the things that I really truly desire. I don't have time to think about the fact that those things haven't come yet. I don't have time to think about the fact that I'm in this season getting things done. I'm just doing things, and while I'm doing them, I'm trying to be gracious. I'm trying to be appreciative. I don't want to ever feel like I have to be unappreciative of the things that God has blessed me with because He's blessed me with so much in my life. And, I want God to be able to feel like He can trust me with more. And He can't do that if I am being ungrateful, you know? And sometimes we really like get beside ourselves and we're just like, well, this person has this and this person, listen, I don't care what anybody else has. I really don't. Like, I know most people care about that a lot, and I'm not saying it from an insecure place. I'm saying it because a lot of people that I know do care about stuff like that, and I'm just stating a fact. I'm not saying it, it's good or bad. That's just their preference. That's not what I want to do. And so when I think about the things that other people have, I think about how I can be looking at it as an example. I think of it as motivation. I think of it like, okay, God, I see that you're doing this for them, so I know that you're going to do it for me. And I think like when I see a person, I'm hopeful and I'm really like thankful that they have those things. And I'm just like, I'm all team other people. Like, you don't even understand. I'm so hopeful for other people. It's ridiculous. And when it comes to me, I don't have that same type of hope when it comes to anything besides business. When it comes to like me working at my business, me being intentional with the things that I'm doing in my business, me being obedient at church, when I'm doing stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's just me taking a couple steps or making a couple actions. I can do that. But when it comes to like relationships or something like that and friendships, I really appreciate my friends and everything. And my friend one of my friends that I went to school with, and we're still friends to this day, they post like little things online, and like when we're talking to each other, they'll send like inspirational stuff, or they'll say like straight facts. And she'll say something like, all of my friends are so this, or they're so beautiful, or they're so smart. And like she'll just send it and then she'll tag me in it. And I'm just like, oh, it just like warms my heart because it's like, I'm so thankful that God really blessed me with people like that in my life, because not everybody has that. And I'm not just saying it just to say it. I'm saying it because I really appreciate all of my friends. And so so as I'm living my life though, I will see people in relationships and I'm just so happy for them. I pray over their relationship. I'm always like, I hope that they both seek God and that they remember to put him in the center of their relationship. I pray that, they get everything that they desire that God has set for them. Like everything that God has put in place for them, I hope that they get those things. And I'm always so hopeful and I'm always like so happy when I see people happy or look happy because I don't know their story. But when I see them, I'm just like, it really brings joy to my soul to see other people happy. And when God like tells me promises or he says things like I will be in a relationship or I will be with someone, I hate to be this transparent and really make it seem like I don't have faith. But it's like I can't see that for myself. You know, I don't know. I know God's saying it's possible and I believe in God. I just don't trust me, you know. Like I don't trust me not to screw it up. I don't trust me to be able to even discern. Like I know God's gave me the power of discernment when it's not the people. But sometimes I get so afraid I just push people away and I don't do it intentionally now. Like now I actually want to get to know people. I've been doing it so long. It's really hard to break out of that, you know, in my head. And even when it comes to like people say things like, "Oh, you'll be in a relationship one day or you'll find someone." And I'm like, I know that's the truth and I know that, but how is that helpful? Like and I'm not saying it to be rude. I'm just like it's not helpful at all because I don't even have hope for that for me. Like I'm not saying hope and it sounds so cynical when I say it like that, but I can't see it. I could see me benefiting the kingdom. I could see, God has this plan and he thinks that, me and this person's relationship is going to benefit the kingdom. And I get that because whenever you have a covenant, that you make with God and you're being intentional when you're seeking the kingdom, you're seeking God and all of his righteousness, of course, he's going to bless your union. And of course, he's going to be there with you every step of the way. And if your intention is to have him in the center, of course, that's going to work out. I just don't like when I picture my life with people, I just picture catastrophe. And I know that sounds like so horrible and negative, and I'm not trying to be negative. I really want to be hopeful and have faith in that area. It's just something that I really struggle with because every time I feel like I'm interested in someone or I feel like I'm in a place where I'm willing to be vulnerable or I want something like that, it's like it never works out. I mean, it doesn't work out. I shouldn't say never because never say never. You know, even when I said that, I had like a little attitude with it, but I'm trying to be better at it. I really am. And it's so funny because I had a conversation with this guy that I was friends with, and we were just talking about different stuff and like people being in relationships and stuff. And he was like, "What about you? What do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know. You know, eventually this is what I want. You know, I know that this is where like my focus is. This is the type of things that I want in my life." And he was like, "Oh, okay. So you want that. So you're like the type of person that just does this." And I'm like, "No." I was like, "Honestly, I said this and he probably's never heard anybody ever say anything like this before, especially for me to be so, you know, religious and everything. It probably took him aback a little. But I was just like, I just, you know, I'm so happy for everybody else. I just can't see that for me, you know?" And he was just kind of like quiet, like, dang, you know, like, I don't think I've ever heard anybody ever say something like that before. And I was just like, I just don't know, you know? Every time I get like right there where it seems like it's a possibility or have a little bit of hope for it, it's always taken away, you know? So it's kind of hard to be hopeful for something that you never had in your life. Sorry that I shook the camera. I was trying to put away my polishes and stuff because now that I've done the top coat, that's the last thing that I have to do and my nails will be done. I have like 80 some seconds and my nails will be done. And it'll look like this hand instead of just, and I just did all black. I didn't do any designs this time. I was going to do polka dots, but polka dot shirt and polka dot nails, I don't know about that. And so, and I have my swimming class tonight. So my hair is like this right now. I'm probably going to, you know, do the water thing, drench it in water before my class. I'm going to definitely put, I have to buy some conditioner that I can just put on there and keep it in. And then I'm going to braid it in two braids and probably put like my black hat on. I really, really, really desire to have, and I know this sounds like so frivolous, but I really desire to have a fitted like New York hat, like the NY hat, but just like black, maybe black and white, maybe like black and white, all black with the white, you know, in it. And I just love those caps and I just never got one. I have like a bunch of different hats. I am a hat collector for some reason. I have some weird looking hats that don't look right on me and then I have some hats that like are super flat and they look weird, but the hat like that would be perfect. And on the back, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but I kind of want to put love yourself, you know, on the back, but on the front have the NY. Done. See, it didn't take too long, but I just don't always have the time to just sit here for 12 minutes and do my nails. You know, like sometimes I gotta go. I got things that I have to do, and I can't just be sitting around, you know. And my hair is like, it's up, but it's down. But yeah. So what I did was I took this part and I pulled it back, and then I twisted my hair. I put like two bobby pins, and then I just pin this right here. Or did I pin it backwards or forwards? I don't know. One of the ways is pinned in. That's how I just decided to do my hair today. And then on the back, I have like this clip. So I did that because the gold will match the gold jewelry. And then I did the pearls with the pearls, even though I'm not in the office or in church today. But I was like, you know, with the white, sometimes when I wear white, the pearls just look really good with it. I kind of wish I had some dangle like pearls that went right here, but it was like gold or something, and the pearl was on the end. I think that would be really cute. That way, when I wear my hair up, it doesn't just seem like it's all close. It'll be like extra stuff, you know. And so, I try to always be intentional with my style. And this shirt was not something that I intended to wear. I was gonna wear an all white tee, and then I was gonna wear light wash jeans and white pumps, and then I was gonna put on like this little belt thing in the middle that was going to kind of be like standoutish, and then I was going to do like a stack of bracelets and then a stack of necklaces, and then I was going to do my gold hoops and probably wear my hair like this. And these pieces, this is just how it was last night, and I just kept it like that. The only thing I did was I just went in and I did like some kind of edges kind of thing. I don't really go into the whole swoop, 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 swoop. I don't really do all of that. I just do like a, and that's it. Because I'm kind of, I don't want to say basic, but I like the simple things in life. I don't really like to be like, I like, for my personality, I like communicating with people, and I like to be like have a lot of energy and stuff like that. But when it comes to things in life, like when I eat sushi, I like the regular stuff. I don't just like to be doing the most. When I go to do stuff in life, like I like looking at the sunset and just going to the beach. I don't really have to be all these other places. I like to travel and see other places, but it's always like the little things that I really appreciate the most, like spending time with family, like just being intentional with my time and being around people who truly care about my well being. It's not about me trying to be in a crowd of people that really don't care about me at all. It's more like I appreciate stuff like that. I appreciate like the simple studs. It doesn't have to be like a bunch of bulky over the top jewelry. Like I might wear a ton of different like layers of necklaces, but they're all like simple pieces, but they still stand out. I don't really like to do the most. And I do have one necklace that my daughter gave me. It's like real, real thick. And then it's got a skull right here. And I have one that's like a owl that's chunky, that's thicker. And I wear stuff like that, like as gifts and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just like doing the studs, just regular hoops, something like that. And then even when it comes to my makeup, I don't really do the whole, and I don't think anything's wrong with people that do this. I think it's incredible for people to like spend that time in their makeup and learn the different techniques and do the highlighter tricks and wear eyelashes and do the microblading with their brows. I think that is awesome. I just haven't gotten that deep into makeup yet, and so I just like to just brush my brows and do that. I like to do like a little highlighter under my brows, and then I like to do mascara, and that's it. I just like to keep it simple because, like I said, I'm gonna be swimming tonight, and then when I go out, I'm using it pretty much because one of the favorite parts on my body is my eyes, and so that's where I draw the most attention to in my makeup. I'm not worried about, like, my skin is usually pretty clear and it shines, and it's like even now you can see it's like a little glow to it. That's just how it is. And so I do that because of my three-step skincare program. It's not that, and one day you might see me on here wearing a bunch of different makeup. I don't know. And sometimes when I go places, like it'll be an event or something, I might actually do a full face of makeup because I found a makeup that doesn't break me out. I just don't wear it all the time. And that's the one by, what's her name? Jamie Kern Lima, the lady that wrote Believe It and is founder of It Cosmetics. Her makeup is the only makeup I have ever used in my life that does not break me out on my face. The only one. And I love it so much. Like the tone, like the tint, the color, it matches perfectly. It feels like it's moisturizing my skin. Like sometimes when you take makeup off, it just feels so dry. But when I wear hers, my skin feels replenished. Like it really feels like it's a moisturizer for my skin, but it's makeup. She really did that. Like her whole story is inspirational. If you have not read her book, definitely read Believe It by Jamie Kermalin. She is awesome. Her story is so inspirational. How she just started from nothing, and her now husband and her best friend just helped her create this whole company from the ground up. And of course, there were other people who believed in her company as well along the way. But she just didn't give up on herself. She kept going. And I think sometimes we feel like we want that story where somebody's like, they have this great idea and then the next week they make it big. But she really goes to show that if you just continue to keep being obedient and disciplined, if you just keep on focusing on the thing that God put on your heart for you to do, and you just keep being intentional, that God will make sure that you're successful. He will make sure that you succeed in what it is that He placed on your heart for you to do. And especially when it's something that's dear to your heart. And that's what I hope for my business. I hope that it can be something that changes the world. I hope it can be something that other women and men can use and they can carry with them through the rest of their life, changing generations to come. And so I know I just went on telling the whole story and everything else. I just, I really want people to be happy. And sometimes I forget about my happiness. Sometimes I just feel like I don't deserve to be happy. And I know it's weird for me to say that and say love yourself, because how can you love yourself if you don't want you to be happy? And God even wants me to be happy. But it's just like, I don't know. I just like, yes, I appreciate everything in life and I make the most of every day. But when I think about, someone making me happy, or, some of the things in my life, it's just kind of like I have this blockage in my mind that just I'm trying really hard to release it. I'm praying to God, God, I don't know what I have to do to be able to like break down this barrier. But I really do want the things that I desire in my heart. I really do want those things. I just don't know how, you know? And so, oof, every time. But yes, let's go ahead and close this out because I need to be going so that way I can get there soon. And then I will either hop back on later on tonight when I get from my swimming class, or tomorrow morning before or after church, like I usually do. Oh my gosh, I forgot I put mascara on my lower lashes. Now they're like leaking. And the bad thing is, when I wear mascara, you can't even tell it's on there. Like on camera, you can kind of see this one there, but it's not as long as it usually is. But, anyways, in conclusion, when it comes to the things that you have in your life, with or without the things that you aspire to have or that God promised you, still be obedient, still serve, still be intentional. And God's been really placing on my heart heavily the past like few days, like you need to start living your life. And I'm like, but I'm intentional with my business. I'm working, And God's like, I know you're working, I know you're going to church, but you need to be living your life. And you know it's bad when God has to tell you to live your life. You're like, my nose is itching. I must. Yeah, I'm old school. So, the right nose, right hand, left hand. And I know some people are like, that's not religious. Listen, my great great grandma, my great grandma, other people in my family, this is what we did. It might not make sense, but listen, the the tradition's gonna continue. And so I really do want to just start living my life and feeling the way that I want to feel, and really being intentional with my happiness, and not just feel like so hopeful for everybody else and then forget to be hopeful for my own life. You know, I really want to I really want to be everything that I say that I'm going to be, because I think it will help somebody else who's struggling in the same area as me. And although I'm helping so many other people, you have to be able to help yourself as well. You have to be able to take a moment and really pour into yourself. And I don't just mean, okay, you do something 30 minutes a day, although that could be what it is. Take a whole day once a month. That's what mine's is. Every third Saturday of the month is supposed to be a me day, where I go on a me date. I just do a bunch of random things that I really want to do. And it doesn't have to be anything like specific. It could be something that's completely free. Like I walk and discover like an area in my city or something that I've never been in before. Or I go like down somewhere and I just kind of like just discover different things, go different places that I haven't been before, and walk along the beach or walk along, the park or something. And I just kind of go in there and just clear my head, just, spend some time just doing self reflecting and just appreciating who I am, who I have become, the things that I've been through, and recognizing that I'm in a totally different place now. Sometimes we don't want to give ourselves kudos or pat ourselves on the back and be like, yes, I've made it through all of these things. Yes, it might not be exactly what I envisioned, but it's exactly what I needed. Or I might not have the things that I wanted, but I have everything that I need. Or even acknowledging your wins, acknowledging the fact that you are blessed, even when you don't see it going the way that you expected. You know, even just appreciating the fact that you handled a situation differently than you would have in the past, that you have maybe become more patient, that you are growing, is good. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be exactly where your end goal is. You just need to be working towards it. You need to be intentionally setting time for yourself. You need to be intentionally seeking God and living your life. And I don't mean you go put yourself in dangerous situations or you just wild out. I mean, do something that's really fun. And it doesn't have to be bad to be fun. It could be something good that's fun as well. So I hope that this message blessed you. And I hope that you really do some self reflecting and you acknowledge all of your wins. Don't leave nothing out. Like sometimes it's just really hard to see where you're winning because you are so focused on where you want to be. But take in the fact that even though things change in your life, you didn't turn into a bad person. Think about the fact that, in the past you would have just been grimy or something, and now you're just thinking, what would Jesus do? I don't know. But whatever it is that shows growth in you, appreciate the fact that you have grown, even though you're not where you want to be, even though you didn't do maybe everything perfectly, but even you taking a step forward is way better than what you would have done in the past. Appreciate who you are and who God created you to be and enjoy your life.